To God be the glory for the great things that he has done. To God be the glory for the great things he has done. I don't think you heard me, beloved. To God be the glory for the great things he has, he is, and he's yet going to do. Well, good afternoon, beloved. This is the day that the Lord has made. I will rejoice and be glad in him. Come on, let's magnify him, you and I together, and exalt his name, for he's worthy to be praised. I bring you greetings from ARK Recovery Center, 257 4th Street, South Amboy, New Jersey, where my pastor is the Pastor Kelsey May, our co-pastor, the Lady Tanya May, and the ARK family. We thank and praise God for being as a unit, as one, in strength, in numbers, in power. God is doing great and mighty things throughout the ministry, and we are grateful and thankful. He's even allowing it to just spill over like an overflow, even unto our youth. We had a youth explosion in our youth prayer on last evening. Our youth prayers every Thursday night, and God is going from heart to heart and breast to breast. The way our youth are growing up and glowing up in the things of God, it is amazing. But nonetheless, I want to bring you a word that the Lord gave unto me. And he said, my daughter, how can I get glory if they don't know your story? How can I get glory if they don't know your story? Beloved, this is a season, this is a time where God is asking, he is requiring, it is a prerequisite, just like it is when you are in college. There are prerequisites that are in your syllabus that you must match, you must acquire. That is what is needed in order for you to move to the next level. But I heard the Spirit of the Lord said, how can I get the glory if they don't know your story? See, when you're telling your story, see, because nobody can tell your story like you tell your story. But when you are telling your story, you are a living testimony to that which God has brought you to and that which God has brought you through. In this season, in this hour, people need a hope. They need something to hold on to. It doesn't always have to be tangible, but when you are speaking out and decreeing and declaring that which God has done for you, because there's some people that choose to suffer in silence. They don't know who to talk to. They don't know who to go to, where to go, for fear of being judged, for fear of being ridiculed, for fear of being criticized, for being side-eyed. You know, come on, let me talk about it on this afternoon. But God is saying, how can I get the glory if they don't know your story? See, you got to be that voice like John the Baptist, that voice crying in the wilderness. You got to be that voice that will cry aloud, that will spare not. You got to be God's voice in this earth, doing his bidding with what he has trusted and gave you to. Everything that you have went through, beloved, was not because you didn't cross the T and dot the I. There are some things God allowed you to go through simply because he decided and made the wisest choice to make you a living testimony to bring someone else out. You can be able to identify. You can be able to come together with that young man, that young woman. Whatever it is they may be going through, whatever they may be dealing with, you can be that voice. You can be that caveat, that conduit, oh God, that intercessor that will stand in the gap and say, listen, if you think you're going through something, let me share something with you, what God done for me. See, no test, no testimony. You too afraid to go through something. You afraid what the outcome is going to be. That means you ain't trusting God. That means you ain't standing on his word. That means that you are not believing him as he's trusting you, as you're trusting him with the process like you're supposed to. But I heard the Spirit of the Lord say, how can I get the glory if they don't know your story? See, and when you're speaking your story, and you're giving the deliverance, when you are delivering that which God has given unto you, and show them how you went through it, how long you were in it, and how God brought you out. That's where God gets the glory. You're not giving the credit to yourself. The accolades are not going to you. You are giving God the glory because it is God's hand that reached down, stretched out, and pulled you out of the muck, of the mire, of the mess. I heard the Spirit of the Lord say, how can I get the glory if they don't know your story? See, there are some people won't pick up a Bible, won't walk their foot inside a church. You are the only Bible. You are the only testament that they will be able to physically and spiritually hear. God is raising up bold soldiers in this season, beloved. But we must be mindful, careful, and thoughtful. Remember, it is all for his glory. Our pastor has taught us any accolades, any accreditations that we may receive in this life. We must first and foremost, always, without a shadow of a doubt, say, to God be the glory. But beloved, check this. I heard the Spirit of the Lord say, how can I get the glory if they don't know your story? God bless you. Heaven smile upon you. Until we meet again, God must get the glory in and out of your story. God bless you.